Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to hear the FredTheMonkey.com podcast.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the FredTheMonkey.com podcast. Hello!
Yeah, whatever.
We've got an awesome episode lined up for you out there in listening land.
Where's listening land?
It's just what I was calling wherever people were listening from.
Is it in Canada?
Yeah, it is. It's north of Quebec.
It must be cold there.
Freezing, all the time. And there are killer penguins.
It's not a real place, it was just an expression.
Really? Because I heard somewhere that it's in Canada and there are killer penguins.
I heard that too. I think he's right.
Do you have to be so difficult?
Yeah, I pretty much do.
Anyway, let's jump right into the podcast Q&A where we answer your questions. Dear Fred and Company, didn't Fred won president elections in a cartoon? Then why didn't he act like it in the cartoons? Was he kicked out and replaced or something? Poke a gyroid.
Yeah, I got removed from office pretty quickly. Apparently they have a problem if you lie a lot on your presidential resume. The minor detail that I wasn't a 59-year-old Caucasian male with 20 years experience in the Senate made some sort of crazy difference to them.
On the plus side, you did get to keep those presidential towels from the presidential bathroom.
Oh man, are they soft! I think they're made of chinchilla fur or something.
I doubt it. That's illegal.
Right, because the government would never do anything illegal.
Here's another question for you. Let's change the subject.
Dear Fred, you really should know. Please read this out loud as you can. That Sceb is 50 times better than you. Too bad. Arcanos. Who do you think he was talking to? Space Chicken?
It would have to be. You yelled the word you, not I, and he sure wasn't referring to me. Though I am 50 times better than even myself.
This isn't working out very well. Here, do another.
Dear Fred, why are you living with magic telekinetic chickens? Why don't you live with some other non-magic monkeys? G-Man. Whoa, wait. You guys are magic? That is so awesome!
It's not magic, it's telekinetic
Yeah,
powers.
it's magic. I can do magic. Remember that time you found those quarters in your ear? That was magic.
That really hurt. And I don't think it was magic because you were shoving them in there while I was sleeping.
Shoving them in there magically? Duh.
Oh, it all makes sense now.
Speaking of which, you still owe me money for that emergency room visit, Sceb.
Why? It was his ear.
Sweet. Look, another email from me. I must be really popular this week. Dear Fred, how do you feel about the YouTube celebrity who has your name? From Looney Tick. You mean Simon Cowell? Yeah, we don't really have exactly the same name. It's spelled differently. Though I really wish he'd stop pretending to be me all the time. I keep getting voicemail on my cell from Ryan Seacrest.
No, you don't.
Do too? He leaves me these hour-long messages about stuff.
Do you even have a cell phone?
I hardly think that has anything to do with anything.
Here, let me take the next question. Dear Fred, can you do a gamer review this time instead of Sceb? Nope.
Oh man, I would have answered that one differently.
Then it's a good thing I took it first, huh?
Finally, here's one for Sceb and I.
And me?
No, just Sceb and I.
This sucks. I never get any mail.
Dear Sceb and SC, what's your opinion of Star Trek? Samus.
Here's an idea, genius. Why don't you go watch the movie review on it? Geez, do we have to repeat everything we say in every cartoon just so you can be lazy and not look for answers yourself?
Well, technically I didn't get to talk about the movie.
Oh, whatever. Everyone knows if it has the word Star Trek or Apple on it, you automatically think it's the best thing you've ever seen.
That's not true.
Yeah? Okay, so what did you think of the new Star Trek movie?
Look, that's just because it was an amazing movie.
No, just answer the question.
It was the best thing I've ever seen.
Well, chalk up another point for me being right.
We're keeping score now? Why didn't anyone tell me? I've been right like 3 times today.
So what else is in here? To the Fred the Monkey podcast crew, do any of you have Animal Crossing City Folk? You do have a Wii, and Sceb reviewed it.
You're a regular Sherlock Holmes, aren't you? Who's that email from?
There's no name signed on it.
I hate when they do that. How am I supposed to be complete in my sarcastic reply when I don't even know who it is I'm making fun of? It's really annoying.
The capital of Ohio is Columbus.
What? What's that got to do with anything?
Oh, nothing really. I'm just getting bonus points for the being right about something scoreboard.
We're not keeping score, you idiot. And if we were, I'd already be beating you by so much that there's no hope you'll ever catch up.
Let's move right along. Now it's time for Sceb to give us his latest video game review.
It's Sceb's Video Game Review.
It's Sceb's Video Game Review.
Today, I'll be reviewing the game Guitar Hero World Tour for pretty much every system ever made. And if you want, you can rewind when I'm done, listen to it again, and just mentally replace the words Guitar Hero with Rock Band, and you'll have an extra review to listen to.
I mentally replace words in my head all the time. Like just now, I pretended in my head that you were saying all the prime numbers under 700 instead of whatever you actually said, but I don't know what a prime number is, so you sounded really stupid. You're stupid.
Anyway, Guitar Hero is a game where you give a company hundreds of dollars and they give you a crappy plastic pile of crap that you can then use to pretend you know how to play music. Don't know how to play music? That's okay. Really, all you'll be doing is mashing colored buttons as they scroll on the screen. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mashing colored buttons as they scroll on the screen? That sounds like unbelievably fun gameplay that would never get old after 2.5 minutes. At least that's what I assume most of you are thinking, because for some reason these games still sell 1 billion copies, even though what it amounts to is you playing Simon on your TV while music runs in the background. What is wrong with you people? Why are you giving them your money for this stuff? Listen, I'll gladly charge you obscene amounts of money for a game where you press 4 buttons when it tells you to alongside the tune of random songs.
Sold.
And speaking of random songs, I'm pretty sure whoever they got to pick the playlist was either deaf or blind or both, and he previously lived in a cave his entire life. Sure, there are a few that normal people might know, but then you come across something like Antisocial, which is a bunch of French Germans literally screaming another language for 10 minutes and finishing by chanting antisocial in a foreign accent. How the biscuit am I supposed to sing along to that? Ignoring that I don't know French German or whatever language they're jabbering in, they just scream. There's no musical tone at all. How about for Guitar Hero 5 you put in less random garbage and more singles that the average person might actually have once heard in their life on the radio? Oh wait, they already released the list for the next one and that ship has sailed.
I like that song by the Monkees that goes, "Hey, hey, we're the Monkees," because I'm a monkey and I can totally relate to that.
That's great. That song isn't on any of these games.
What? Then what have I been playing on expert mode this whole time?
Well, if you're talking about last week when I found you in front of the TV that was turned off with a bass guitar in your hand and you were dancing around like an idiot, you were probably just lost in your own incompetence again.
I love that song. Lost in your incompetence again.
Congratulations, you just wrote a song that might be in the next one of these games. Anyway, if I had to assign some numerical value to this review, I'd give it please, for all that is good in the world, stop purchasing this crap and buy a real game like Little King's Story. Please, I'm begging you.
You know, the whole point of the games is to get a group of friends together and just have fun.
Really? Because I think it might be more fun if you got a group of friends together and broke each other's shin bones with a wiffle bat.
Why don't you pick a game you actually enjoy to review sometime?
Where's the fun in that?
Anyway, now I'd like to welcome our guest for the day with a book review of the classic Go Dog Go. Come on in, Pip.
What?
Thanks, Mr. Space Chicken. Hi, Mr. Sceb.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm not sharing a recording booth for the rest of this episode with that little snot face.
It's not my fault. I have allergies.
I didn't mean it literally. It was a derogatory slang meant simply to display my dislike of you.
Hey, Hey, is that why you always call me Ugly McStupid?
No, that's literal.
Just deal with it, Sceb. I already locked the door so you couldn't throw a temper tantrum and leave.
Fine, but move over. I'm not standing next to him.
Ow, my
Don't
foot!
push me, I'm moving. Jeez. Sorry, Pip. Go ahead.
Okay, so the other day I read the book Go Dog Go. The book is mostly about dogs going to someplace. They never really say where, and at the end they just keep going.
Way to ruin the ending for everyone, dummy.
Be quiet, Sceb.
The best part about the book is how they use little words that make it easier to read. But then at one point, they change it and say, "Stop, dog, stop." And that part made me really sad. But then they go again, and it's okay.
This is the worst thing I've ever listened to in my life. Make it end.
Sceb. Sorry, Pip. Go ahead.
That's all. It was a pretty short book with no discernible plot whatsoever.
Thank you. Now unlock the door so one of us can get out of here.
Well, that wraps things up for this episode. Be sure to tune in next time for more reviews, answered questions, and special guests.
Guests who are not Pip because he's never doing this again.
And thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye! Lost in your incompetence again. Lost in your incompetence again. Every time I see you, now and then, you'll be lost in your incompetence again.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome.
I was being sarcastic.
Hey, if you've got a question for the FredTheMonkey.com podcast, be sure to send it in for the next episode to podcast@FredTheMonkey.com.
Will that be before an entire year has gone by this time?
I can almost guarantee probably yes.